Hello guys, this is your boy Ken Swinger and you're welcome to another video. This video is quite different. I think I did a weekly market analysis. It's a tradition that we normally do every Sunday. My group we do weekly market analysis. We all go through the market together, look at the pairs, presenting good opportunities and the thought process that went behind those pairs. So if you're not part of the group yet, I'll put the link in the description below so you can also join. And even if you're a newbie, you can get to make friends that will help you, so you can get to understand some stuffs that is actually bothering you in forex trading. So I'll put a link in the description below. If you are new or if you haven't joined the group yet, you can also get to join the group. It's a very community that is growing rapidly, especially if you're here in Ghana. I recommend you join the group so you can get to see like-minded Ghanaian forex traders. You can get to share ideas together, learn from them, so you can also improve in your forex trading journey. So like I was saying, every week we do weekly market analysis, and last week I mean this previous Sunday, the one we did, I decided to record this. And there are some other members too who used to miss the weekly market analysis, so I decided to post these sessions, weekly market analysis, on YouTube, so that if you don't know what you normally do or the tradition that we do in the group, you get to see what we do every Sundays. That is a weekly market analysis, so that you can also watch this video and use these views as a means to also join the group if you're not part of it yet. And also you get to see how I trade, and also the thought process that's go through the pairs that I trade. And it's something that I intend doing every Sunday. I'll record the weekly market analysis I do with the community members, and I'll record it and post it on YouTube. So if you are new, please remember to subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Whenever I post a new videos like this, you'll be notified as fast as possible. Let's go.
Double cup, become straight holy nuts. I don't want friends, I want Audis. Smoking on booth and it's my weed. I check the bitch like I'm Mari.
Yeah, so I don't have much currencies on my watch list ahead of the week. And normally what I like doing is, sometimes you can have a very good setup, but when the market opens, everything will just change. So I like reanalyzing the market all over again, sometimes on Mondays, especially in the morning, or late Mondays in the evening. I like going over the market again to see what is actually going on, where the market really wants to go, and get to decide on that. Because according to my experience, you can have a very good setup on the weekend that you intend trading, but when the market opens, everything will just change. A very good setup will just change altogether, and the setup that you didn't have your eyes on will be the one to present a very good opportunity for you to trade. But as it stands right now, I still have my eyes on some pairs. I think last week, those who joined the weekly market analysis last week, I spoke about some few pairs, and because I'm a swing trader, I can stick to one particular pair for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because I can't just be switching here and there if the market hasn't actually presented itself or giving me the kind of entry that I want. I still stick around and make sure that I get the entry if the setup is still valid. That is, if the setup is still valid, I still stick around to see if I'll get a valid entry to take the move. So I think I still have some few setup. Last week I spoke about, I think those we are currently have here, did anyone join the last week session, the weekly market analysis? Did anyone here join? Yeah, Dave, you were part. Yeah, sure. Did anyone again join? Andy, you're welcome. Andy Boatin, you're welcome. Sure. Andy, did you join the last week session? Last week weekly market, and did you join? Nice. Okay, yeah, I think we have people now coming in right now. I think as we are going on, a lot of people will be joining the session as we are going on. So let's just get going real quick. So the first pair, I think, is presenting a very good opportunity for us to be, enjoying right now is the GBP JPY. The GBP pairs has been behaving weird for some time now. It hasn't actually been been moving quite well. It has been consolidating, it has been at a particular position for a very long time now. And I think last week it started making some moves, and as you can see this move last week, the market actually made this drop to the downside, and I think it has now actually made itself available for a trading opportunity for us to give sake of the second lockdown. Oh yeah, sure, because of the second lockdown going on. Yeah, like we were saying, those who take a look or pay much attention to the fundamentals, the GBP pairs hasn't been stable for some time now. So it's very important that when you are trading these GBP pairs, you are very cautious about your movement. It's not bad for anyone to trade, but if it meets your plan, your trading requirements, it's good for you to trade. But for me, it has been some time now for me to get a very good and the boy I'm a beginner, so I couldn't all the understanding. Oh, okay, Andy, I understand you have a lot of beginners in the group, and it's just that I've been busy for some time now, so I haven't been able to hold most of the beginners' hands, and it has been a very bad thing on my side. So in no time, I think last week I said it that I'm relocating to a different place, so I've been very, very busy, and I haven't been very active in the group for some time now. But if everything sets up, I'll just be holding serious sessions, and I'm also planning. I'm working with my partner hand in hand, and we'll be coming out with a course shortly, because I was thinking of holding a live session like this to help the beginners out and all that. But I realized that it's not going to be effective enough if I just do it once and that is all. So I intend putting up or recording down a video from the basics to the strategy I'm trading. I'm going straightly to the strategy that I'm trading. So I'm a swing trader, so if you're interested in swing trading, then I think it's going to be very, very good program for you to just join. Still ain't working. I think some people are having problem with the link. Let me just sort them out quickly before you go. So I think we have 8 people in the group. Is everyone a beginner in the group? So I'll know how I'll hold the session. Or you have some people who are actually good at it and trading on their own. Is everyone a beginner here?
No.
You see, if you're not a beginner.
Yes, I'm not a beginner. I have a little experience about finance.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's great.
Every time I'm a beginner.
Oh, okay. You're also not a beginner, right?
Yeah, Julius.
Okay, but you don't worry. If you're a beginner or not, I think this weekly market analysis is going to help. If you are trading with a different system, whether even though we are all trading with a different system, the market is definitely going to move in one direction. So you can also use my anticipation as a confluence to whatever system that you are trading, so that okay, John, you are also a beginner. All right, that is good. So if you're a beginner, you are here, just pay attention to whatever that you are doing. It might not make sense to you now, but it's going to make sense to you soon time. Whilst you have started your journey as a forex trader, everything is going to make sense to you very soon. So just pay attention. And forex trading, like I say, it's not difficult. It's just very frustrating when you're starting out. That is where the difficult aspect is. But when you're able to break through and get your grounds in trading, things become a lot easier for you, and you begin to get much clarity in the market. So let's go to the monthly time frame on the GBP JPY. I think because of the behavior, like I was saying on the, I said, can I use the site unless the app? Oh, I think people are having issues with the I can't use the site unless the app. Wow. Oh, I don't know why people are facing issues with the link. Last week you used the Zoom, but Zoom was cutting us out. We had to create a lot of links. So I spoke to my partner, and he was recommending the Google Meet for us, so that for that he said this one was quite smooth. So that was why I decided to use this Google Meet instead of the Zoom. And it seems he's having a lot of problem with it. I don't even know what to do. Alright, let's get going. I'm recording the session, so after everything, I think I can just send the video in, or I'll post it on my YouTube page or anything. Then anyone who missed the session can also enjoy it. So let's just get going. So on the monthly time frame, you can clearly see that the GBP JPY has been hasn't really made any major movements. That's been consolidating around this zone. The whole of this zone doesn't really made any major movements, even though when you go on the lower time frames, like the 4 hour and the daily, you see major move. But on the monthly time frame, you can determine this whole move as a consolidation. The impulse, the big impulse that we had, or the last impulse that we had on GBP JPY was this move to the downside, and after the move, it started consolidating around this zone. That is on the monthly time frame, and we can clearly see that after the market found a resistance right here, the market started pushing to the upside, and the market is currently facing a strong support zone for which the market might react to it. So let's go on the weekly time frame and see. Okay, let's continue. My network is quite poor. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, things are much clearer. You can see clearly that the market made an impulse down, like I said on the monthly time frame. After the market made this impulse to the downside, it started retracing, and Joe Sam, okay, admit. Joe Sam, you are welcome. Yeah, evening. So after the market made an impulse move to the downside, breaking this zone right here, the market started retracing. And when we take our Fibonacci retracement tool to measure the impulse, we can see that the market retraced exactly to the 0.5 Fibonacci level, which also matched perfectly the structure. And where is the structure I'm talking about? There's a structure. Since most of you are saying you're a beginner right here, I think I have to make stuffs much detailed so that you understand. Where is the structure? This is the structure I'm talking about. This is a structure that the market broke impulsively, and on the retracement, the market came to test that same structure again, for which we might test, or we can anticipate more moves to the downside. And I'll be talking about this kind of movements several times whenever we make this video session, that the market moves in waves. So the market will just be breaking and testing previous zones, and basically that is how the market moves. So you can clearly see that after the market broke this zone right here, the market came all the way back to test this zone, and you can anticipate another move to the downside. And I saw this move some more people are joining. Okay, I think I saw this this move I think last 2 weeks or so. But like I was saying, the GBP pairs has been quite consolidating for some time now. So I actually took my mind off it. But last week, we started getting some kind of moves on the GBP pairs. That is why I have, I think, only GBP JPY on the watch list ahead of the week. So when you go on the daily time frame, things are much clearer on the daily time frame. When you go on the daily time frame, you can clearly see that after the market tested this zone on the weekly time frame, I was telling you guys about. After market tested this zone on the weekly time frame, it's formed an M formation, and like I say, the M formation, the market will break the neckline, come and test the neckline, and make a drop to the downside, and that is exactly what is happening right here. I mostly trade with this, and as you can clearly see on the daily time frame, after the market tested the strong support zone on the weekly time frame, is formed this M formation, and it's now currently trying to test the neckline. And if you can't see the M formation well, let me just do it well so you will see the M formation I'm talking about. This is the M formation. Let me do it well. This is the information I'm talking about. This is the information, and broke the neckline, and it seems the market is trying to come all the way back to test the neckline. There's the neckline right here. I think the market is coming all the way back to test this zone before we can anticipate another move to the downside. So we can clearly see a bearish movement on the GBP JPY, and I'm just waiting. And like I was saying, you can have a very good setup during weekends like this, and when the market opens, things will get to change a little bit. So I'm just waiting for the market to just open and see the behavior of GBP JPY, if the market is really going to react to this zone. Okay, if the market is really going to react to this zone right here, then I will look to take a trade from this session all the way to the previous lows right here. Actually, if I'm really trying to measure my take profit, it's really going to go more than that, but because of the behavior of the GBP pairs, I don't want to look for any long-term movement. And also like how John was also saying, because of the second lockdown, because of the second lockdown that is about to come very soon, definitely it might affect the GBP pair, and I don't know what is going to actually happen, but it might decide to make some movements that we won't be able to okay, it might decide to affect the markets, and it's I don't know what is going to happen. So I didn't want to focus on any long-term move, so I will just be looking forward to take my profit just right at this low where I've put in my range to right here. I'm looking forward to just people are asking the code to join. There is no code. Okay, just join up the meeting. So I'm looking forward to take my profits around this zone. So I'll just wait and go on the 4-hour and just wait for the market to fully shift its environment on the 4-hour, test this zone, and I'll see the reaction on this zone. If the market actually presents itself for a move to the downside, then I won't hesitate to take this move all the way to the downside, and I will signify you guys if the move is ready. I will just send a heads up to the group, and you guys will get to know. So I think that is my eyes, or that is my view I'm having on GBP JPY, and the top setups that I'm having ahead of the weeks are the ones I've taken right here because of the nature and how the GBP pairs have been behaving. I'll still be watching, but I won't pay much attention to the GBP pair. I'll still be watching. If it presents itself fine, I won't hesitate to take it. But and also this week is US election. Yes, and also there's so many. John is also saying there's so many. There's a US election coming up this week. There's so many fundamentals surrounding the US currency this coming week. So if you're looking forward to trade any USD pair this week, you have to stay put and also have a very tight trade management. That is, if you have if you already have a trade running, or if you have a trade that is going in your direction, you also have a very strong trade management, because there can be spikes here and there because of the US elections and all that. So you have to stay put with the USD pair this week, because there's a lot of fundamentals surrounding it. So is anyone having any question concerning the GBP JPY? If you have any question, you just type it at the chat session and I'll answer it before I move to the next pair. Does anyone have any question? No. You see Rahman, are you having any question?
No, please.
Okay. Joe Sam, please, are you having any question? Joe Sam, are you there? Okay, so let's get going. So the next pair I would like to discuss with you guys is AUD NZD, the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. I think that is the next pair I would like to discuss with you guys. I don't have much pairs ahead of the week, but I'll share a few. I think the top setups I'm having, I'll share with you guys, and you will get to see my view on it. Okay, so let me just take all these things off. So this is AUD NZD right here. Let me just go on the monthly time frame and let's just do a quicker top-down analysis. So AUD NZD on the monthly time frame has also been consolidating around these zones, and you can clearly see that the market started making an impulse down after it found a resistance zone right here, and the market did well by breaking a previous support zone, for which we can anticipate a retest before the market can make any move to the downside. And if you want to see a clear move or a clear break of any zone, one of the tricks that I use is I change my chart to the line chart, and you can clearly see that this was the previous zone. This was the previous zone that got broken, and you can anticipate a retest before any move to the downside can come. So on the monthly time frame, we are anticipating a bullish move, because the market just broke a monthly support zone, for which you can anticipate a retest to it before the market can actually continue making the moves to the downside. And when you go on the weekly time frame, my network is quite slow. Yes, when you go on the weekly time frame, we can also see clearly that the market has also broken a strong support zone, for which you can anticipate a retest. And like I said, the market moves in swings. So when you are trading with that kind of system, the market is quite easy for you to see trading opportunities and all that. The market moves in swings, testing previous zones, like I was saying earlier on. And this is another opportunity. This is another trading opportunity that I actually missed. So I think some few weeks ago, this was a trading opportunity. We can clearly see that the market made an impulse move to the downside. Where's my brush? The market made an impulse move to the downside and came all the way to test. So this was the exact position I could have taken a short all the way to the downside. And you can see how the market, okay, Clement Amwa, and we can see how the market impulsed all the way to the downside after retesting this previous support zone. You can see after the market tested, it's made this huge exploded to the downside, also breaking this previous support zone. So as you can see clearly that the market has broken a previous support zone, we are anticipating that the market will come again and come and test this previous support zone and also make the move to the downside again. Like you can see, like what happened earlier on, that the market also broke this previous support zone, came to test and exploded to the downside. That's the same scenario I'm anticipating right here, that the market will do what? The market will retest. The market will retest to this previous support zone and also explode to the downside, at least to this previous support zone right here. And I think it's really going to be a good trade. So the buyers I'm actually anticipating on AUD NZD is a buy. And also one confluence we can also add to the buy setup is if a market retraces or makes a move that moves almost 100% of the previous move. What I'm trying to say is we can see this move as the market made this move, retraced, and also made this move to the downside. Right now the market, this previous move right here, retraced or moved almost 100% above this previous move right here. This move made 100% move above this move right here. So if you want to know when the next retracement is going to happen, what we do is we use our Fibonacci retracement to our Fibonacci extension to measure when the next retracement is going to come. So we take our Fibonacci extension, then we measure the old or the previous move, the previous bearish move, because we want to know information. We want to know the information on this leg, on this bearish move right here. So if you want to know the information on this bearish leg, this move to the downside, you will measure the previous move before the bearish move right here. So if you use a Fibonacci extension to measure this previous move before the move to the downside, we can see that these two numbers are, or these two zones are Fibonacci extension, and these two zones are used to indicate when the next retracement is going to happen. So the strong number for us to anticipate the next move to the or the next retracement is the 1 point, I don't know if you can see clearly, 1.618. that is the strong, or we see the golden Fibonacci extension for which we can anticipate the next bearish move or the next retracement to the downside. So it works in any direction. So if you see any, let me just make an illustration here. So when you see a move to the upside like this, so this current move has retraced or moved almost 100% above this previous move right here. So if you want to know when the market is going to reverse to the downside, what you do is you use a Fibonacci extension to measure this move. Use a Fibonacci extension to measure the previous move right here, and it's going to give you indications or zones in which the market is going to reverse all the way to the downside. Like I was saying, the strong zone for which if price gets to, or the golden Fibonacci level for which the price gets to, we might expect a reversal, is the 1.618. That is the zone in which we can anticipate that there's going to be a reversal from the next leg. So we can see that I've already measured it, and I've placed my zone right here. That is a 1.618, and I've put in this my root 2 here. So this is the Fibonacci extension. This is the level, or this is the zone in which I'm anticipating a reversal of the trend to just go back all the way to test the previous support. And we like I was saying earlier on, that the market also moves in swings. So if the market has broken a previous support zone, definitely you're anticipating that the market will go and test the previous support zone before it makes any moves to the downside. And I've also used this illustration to show you here right here that after the market broke this zone right here, it came all the way back to test and also exploded. And that's the same scenario we are anticipating. I think last week, I think we had some guy also anticipating a bullish move to the upside. And one thing I've also noticed is that before the market makes such moves to any direction, you see my network is, oh yes, it's back. Yes, this is a daily time frame. This is a daily time frame right here. So this is the zone in which you're anticipating the market to just move all the way up to the upside to test this zone before you can anticipate any move to the downside. But like I was saying before, the market won't just make any the market won't just make a move to the upside because it has broken the previous support zone and it's want to test. It won't just make that move to the upside. It will try and grab some liquidity. And when I say it will, what I mean by grabbing liquidity is the market will try and grab retail traders like us. We are the retail traders. We are the people who are in the market to make profits for a very short period of time. The market, the big banks will try and grab some more liquidity to make the move to the upside. It will try and trap some traders at the wrong side of the market. So even though you are anticipating a move to the upside, some of the other retail traders they are impatient to the extent that because we all know that you are anticipating a move to the upside, they will just jump in that we are expecting a buy, so they will just start buying at this session. And what the market makers will do is they will just make a fake break of the previous zone and come and take everybody out, because if you are buying from this session, definitely your stop loss will be below these zones. The market will come and just take everybody out before it will make this long move to the upside. And one thing you see that one thing most traders face is they'll be able to predict the market, the direction the market will be going, but they don't always get to enjoy the move because they are impatient. They don't wait for the liquidity stage to be over, because the moment they're able to anticipate the direction, they will just jump in and they will be taken out before the actual move will really happen. So when the market opens, we just have to be patient. Definitely, this is the daily time frame. I know the market will just try and make some moves before it will just make the move to the downside. And one thing you can also see, the market is still in a bearish, a bearish environment. The market is still below this previous zones. So I'm anticipating that the market will just make a move to the upside, forming this equal high. Let me just use the arrow too, so things will be much clearer. Let me just switch. Yes, so I'm anticipating that the market will just make a move to this upside right here, because right now the market is still below this zone, so we can't actually look for or we can't actually confirm that it's really going to make a move to the upside. So what I'm thinking, the market will make a move, testing these lows, and it will move back to test these zones, creating this inverse head and shoulder pattern. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern. The beginners in the group, this is the inverse head and shoulder pattern. Sorry, let me just draw it well. This is the inverse head and shoulder pattern, and all the move to the downside. So the market will we already have a shoulder right here, so the market will just move, form equal highs right here, retest to this zone before it will make it will explode all the move to the upside right here. So that is the thought process I'm having behind AUD NZD. I'm anticipating a bullish movement this coming week, but like I was saying, it's a matter of you being patient for the market to make itself available or confirm that it's really going to make a move to the upside before we can actually take any trading decision on AUD NZD. So definitely, I think what's the time? I think it's 8:01. So definitely in some few hours or some few minutes, the market is going to open. So from tomorrow going, we are going to see the direction, and I'll give the heads up in the group. But if the trade is finally ready for a move, I'll give the heads up in the group so that you guys will know when I'm taking the trade and what made me take the trade and what I saw before I said to take a trade on AUD NZD. So just stay tuned this week. I'll just give you the heads up on what is actually happening on AUD NZD. So is anyone having a question on AUD NZD? If you don't understand anything, just give me the heads up so that I will explain stuff to you. AUD NZD, if you don't understand anything, just ask and let me just answer you real quick before we can move on to the next pair. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions on AUD NZD? Should we move on? killing effects. Are you okay? Do you have any question? Mr. Dave, are you have any question?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. Clement Boatin, Mr. Clement, are you having Clement Amon? Sorry, I have any questions? Mr. Clement, are you okay? So let's just get going. I think everyone is cool. Joe Sam, are you there? Are you having any question? Oh, Julius. Oh, Julius, seriously, I didn't know you were the one. Sorry, Julius. Julius, I didn't know you were the one. So I was confused. Julius, sorry, okay. I didn't know you were the killing effects or yeah, sorry. So Joe Sam, are you there? Okay, let's get going. So the next pair I would like us to discuss is the Euro JPY. I think I took a sell trade. I think those who saw the setup or the trades I posted last week, I took a sell on Euro JPY, and you can see how it exploded after price hitting my take profit. It continued exploding to the downside and also presenting another trading opportunity. And if you can see clearly from the analysis I gave on AD NZD, you can see clearly that that's the same concept, you know, I'm using right here, that the market also moves in waves. So if the market has broken a previous resistance, definitely you're anticipating that the market will make a deeper retracement and go and test this zone. And also before the market even made this impulse to the downside, the market formed an M formation. I don't know if you can clearly see the M formation. I say this a lot. No screen, bro. Wow, no screen. Oh, sorry. Are you sure no screen? Serious man, are you not seeing my screen? Because it's saying that I'm sharing the screen, so you can't see the screen.
Yeah.
Wow, please, is anyone? Is we can see? Oh, some people are saying.
You can see.
Some people are saying they can see the screen. So okay, let me stop sharing and reshare it again if you can see. All right. Oh, serious man, let me stop sharing and reshare it again. Let me reshare the whole thing again so that if you have any okay, so I hope you guys can see the screen. Serious man, I hope you can see now. So let's get going. Let's get going. So like I was saying, the same concept I'm applying on the Euro JPY. So let's just do a quick top-down analysis on the Euro JPY. So we can clearly see that Euro JPY, the market is currently testing a zone right here, and we can even this is a clear W formation. Like I was saying, this is a clear W formation. The market now testing the zone right here, for which you can expect a move all the way to the upside. This is the pattern. So we now have the market, testing the neckline right here, for which you can expect, a move to the upside to complete the pattern. So on the monthly time frame, we are expecting, a bullish move to the upside, because the market is currently testing a support zone, for which you can expect a move to the upside. So let's move quickly on the weekly time frame and see what we have on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, what we have is we have a market on the weekly time frame that has broken a support zone on the weekly time frame, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. So on the monthly time frame, the market is now testing a strong neckline, that is a strong support zone, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. And also on the serious man, can you mute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, don't worry, I've already muted you, so don't worry. There was a noise at your background, so. And also, okay, so okay, you can see it now. Okay, great. So let's continue. And also on the weekly time frame, you can see that the market has also broken a support zone. That is where I've placed my red line. This was the support zone right here that the market broke, and also even broke this zone right here, for which you can anticipate a move to test the neckline, to complete the pattern on the monthly time frame. That is the one I told you, that the market has formed a W formation, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside to complete the pattern. That is on the weekly time frame. So we have both monthly and weekly in confluence for a bullish move. So let's just go on the daily time frame and see what we are having on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame on the daily time frame too, things are quite clear on the daily time frame. You can see the market has also formed an M formation, for which you can anticipate a bullish move to complete the pattern. This is the M formation. So when the markets form an M formation like this, we are anticipating the market to make a move to the upside to test the neckline to complete the pattern before there will be any moves to the downside. So on the daily time frame, you can clearly see this M formation. We have two M's. You have this big M right here. You have this big M right here, and we also have this small M. So let me just draw it well. You have this small M right here, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside to test the neckline to complete to complete the pattern. So on the monthly time frame, we have a W formation. Now the market testing the neckline, anticipating the move to the upside to complete the pattern. On the weekly time frame, the market has also broken a previous support zone, for which you can anticipate the market to test the previous support zone before we can anticipate any move next. And also on the weekly time frame, we can also see on the daily time frame, you can see an M formation formed, for which you can also anticipate a move to test the neckline. Also putting even the M formation aside, you can also see that the market has also broken this zone right here, this strong zone right here, for which you can anticipate a move to test it before we can anticipate a bearish move or anything of that sort. So when you go on the 4 hour time frame, let me just show you the entry criteria you can anticipate on let me just go the daily time frame and just put my route to there quickly, so you can see that my target. My network is quite slow, I don't know why. Admit. Okay, so you're welcome. Okay, what's his name? I think someone just joined. Trek at GH. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the 4 hour time frame, and also what we can also use as a confluence. Let me just go on the daily time frame real quick. So on the monthly, we are anticipating a buy. On the weekly, we are anticipating a buy. On the daily, we are anticipating a buy. What you can also see on the daily time frame, I think I nearly foresaw that. So let me just oh, why is my network too slow? Yes. So we can also see something actually forming up right here. You can see something forming up right here. Like I was saying, our Fibonacci extension, that is, we use a Fibonacci extension to know when the next reversal pattern is going to take place. So when you have a price breaking a previous a previous support zone or a previous resistance zone, and you want to know when it is going to reverse to test the previous support or resistance zone, we use a Fibonacci extension to see when it is going to reverse. And like I discussed with you with the previous analysis on AD NZD, this is the same price action right here. We use the same style to anticipate the move, because right now you can clearly see that the market made exploded to the downside, breaking this zone, and right now the Fibonacci extension is giving us possible areas for which the market is going to reverse. And as you can clearly see, the market didn't respect this first Fibonacci extension zone, that is the 1.272 zone. The market didn't respect it, and the market came all the way down to the second zone, that is the 1.618. and like I was saying earlier on, that is Trek at GH. Can you mute yourself? I think you have a lot of noise in your background. Can you please mute yourself for us? So we can clearly see that the market is currently testing the golden Fibonacci extension level, for which you can actually anticipate a move to the upside. So upon all the confluences factors we're having, we also have our Fibonacci extension also giving us indication that the market is going to make a move. And this can also serve as a lesson that for you to make a trading decision, or for you to make a decision that you are going to sell or buy, it shouldn't just be something simple. There should be a lot of factors coming together to support your decision that I'm going to go in for the sell or buy. And as you can clearly see with Euro JPY, we have a monthly, weekly, and daily time frame giving us indication that there's going to be a move to the upside, and also we have our Fibonacci extension also giving us possible areas, and we can see clearly that. Let me just take it off. I've already measured it and placed my ray to here to signify or to remind me that the market is also testing a Fibonacci extension zone, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside to complete the pattern on the daily time frame, and also to complete the pattern on the monthly time frame, and also to complete the movement on the weekly time frame. So when you go on the 4 hour, let me just show you how I intend entering this trade. It's always good for you to forecast ahead of the market. If you're able to forecast ahead of the market, nothing will surprise you. The market won't make any move that will surprise you like you weren't anticipating. If you're able to forecast ahead of the market, it's really going to be good. So clearly you can see that after the market tested this Fibonacci extension zone, you can see this up and down movement going on right here, and also the markets from a previous resistance zone right here. So we can't actually look to take any trade, because the market is still below the previous resistance, and that's in a bearish environment. So we have to wait for the market to break this previous resistance. Let me see if you don't know the previous resistance I'm talking about. Let me show you. This is the previous resistance right here. This is the previous resistance. Now the price is currently below it, so you can't look to take any trade with that, because it's not advisable to take any trade with this kind of condition. So you have to wait when the market opens, when we see a clear push to the upside, breaking this previous resistance on the retest of this previous resistance. And you can see the demonstration I've made right here, the forecasting I made right here. You can see. So we wait for the market to make a move to the upside, to break on the retest right here. That is where we will look to take our trade, or to make an entry on this pair. I'm going for a very good risk to reward, 3-to-1. I've been speaking about this almost every single time we talk about or we make any weekly market analysis. That risk to reward is also very important. You also have to go in for a very good risk to reward, so that every trade you take will be meaningful. But when you are risking a very few percentage of your account to get a very good reward. So you won't just be risking your accounts and be getting a very few reward, which is not advisable. So that is the move I'm anticipating on Euro JPY, and also waiting for the market to open, so that the market will actually give me more information, and the market will also try to grab liquidity at these zones. The market will just try and consolidate. It might no one can actually predict what the market is actually going to do. We just react to it. We don't predict the market, we react to it. So the market might try to grab liquidity around these zones before it will make the move to the upside, breaking this resistance zone on the radius of it, and will look to take a move to the upside. So I think that is the thought process behind Euro JPY. And also you can see that if the market is able to make this move, breaking this previous resistance, then we are looking for it to make this inverse head and shoulder pattern. And inverse head and shoulder pattern also signifies a buy movement and all that. So that is the thought process behind Euro JPY. It's actually looking very, very beautiful. I just can't wait to take this trade. That is, if it presents itself well, I won't just hesitate, because I've already forecasted and also prepared enough for the move on Euro JPY. So I will just wait for the market to open and wait for the market to communicate to me, see what the market is trying to do. Then I'm going to react based on what the market is going to do. So I will definitely also give a heads up on Euro JPY when the market is finally able to break this previous resistance zone, and that is trying to retest. I'll definitely send a screenshot in the group for all those who took part in the session to see what I'm talking about and how Euro JPY is currently playing out. So is anyone having any question on Euro JPY? Anything you don't understand or anything you want me to clarify, just go ahead, ask, and let me answer you real quick. Trek at GH, are you having any question? Trek at GH, if you have any question, you can go ahead. Serious man, are you having any question? Serious man.
I'm okay.
Okay, you understand the analysis I'm giving, right?
Yes, please.
All right. Mr. Clement, are you having any question? Have the environment indicate confirm?
Oh, let's move on. Yeah.
Okay. Joe Sam is asking a question. Have the environmental indicators confirmed a move to the upside? So no, the environmental indicators hasn't confirmed a move to the upside yet. The environmental indicators hasn't confirmed the move to the upside. So let me just switch to, since Joe Sam is asking about the environmental indicators, let me just switch. I can't just use my mouth to say that the environment hasn't moved yet. I have to move to the indicators, so that indicators will actually speak for itself. So this is the environmental indicators, and if you don't know the environmental indicators are used to determine the kind of environment the market is in. So right now, since I'm actually anticipating to make a move to the upside, I have to wait for the environment to change to a bullish environment before I can make a move to the upside. So definitely there's a whole lot of if I say I'm talking about the environmental indicators now, it's going to take a lot of time, because it's a whole different concept on its own for it. And a lot of people also have a very bad perception about using indicators and all that, but if you know when and how to use it, it's going to be of help. If it's not useful, they wouldn't have placed it inside TradingView for us to use. So I use the environmental indicators to know when or the kind of environment the market is in. So as I'm anticipating a move to the upside, the environmental indicators, I'll wait for the indicators to switch into a bullish environment or to switch into the environment I'm anticipating before I can actually look forward to take a trade. So your question that you were asking, as you can clearly see on the screen, the environment is still in a bearish environment. So therefore we can't look to take any buy to the upside, because the environment is still in a bearish environment. And also you can see that price is also below this previous support zone. So the market can just, when the market open, it can just continue to make this move to the downside without not even making this move to the upside. So we have to clearly wait for the environment to shift to a bullish environment before you can make a move, or you can anticipate a move to the upside on Euro JPY. So is anyone having any question again? Oh, you're welcome, Joe. Is anyone having any question again on is anyone having any question again? You're welcome. What's his name? Edmond Hammond, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so is anyone having any question on Euro JPY? Okay, so I think we can move forward. So the next pair I would like us to discuss is CHF JPY. In CHF JPY, as you can clearly see, it's the same scenario. The same scenario we have on the same scenario we have on CHF JPY. CHF JPY too, you can clearly see the market also making a huge move to the upside. Sorry, a huge move to the downside, breaking previous zones for which we are anticipating a deeper retracement to the upside. And this coming week, the market is really going to be in because there's a lot of pairs that made a huge moves last week. Last week there was a lot of movement in the market. Last week you had a lot of currencies or a lot of pairs making huge moves to the direction, to any direction that they want. So I think this week is going to be a lot of retracement. This week they are going to retrace to the zones that go broken last week. The market is going to retrace to hit that target before you can actually anticipate any move next week to the previous move, to the previous direction. So let's just go on the monthly time frame and see what is happening on CHF JPY. Yes, I think we have a clear zone right here. So let's see this clear example I was talking about. The market made a W formation. See the price action around this zone. See the price action. The market made a W formation right here, broke the neckline, came to test the neckline, and made a huge impulse move to the upside, and now testing this zone that go broken, and I'm anticipating a next move to the upside. And this is it. If you can see it, the W formation that I've been telling you guys about ever since we started this session. This is the W formation on the monthly time frame. Sorry, let me just go backwards so you see. So this is the W formation. You can see the market form a W formation, broke the neckline, came to test the neckline, and made an exploded to the upside, and it's now testing this previous zone right here. So you can clearly see how effective this W and M formations are. See, I'm very happy to see this nice pair, and I think I spoke about this setup when it got to this level. So we can clearly see that the market formed this W formation. You have to train your eyes to be able to see this W and M formations when they form on the market. You have to train your eyes to see it, and this one is even clear setup that you can see exploded to the upside and now testing this zone right here, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. So the price action on the monthly time frame is quite clear on CHF JPY. You can see the market is currently testing a zone right here. The market broke this zone impulsively and is now retracing to the zone, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. So on the monthly time frame, we are anticipating a bullish move to the upside. And also on the weekly time frame, we also have a previous supports that go broken impulsively to the downside, and also the market is also facing a strong support zone right here, for which the market can make a move to the upside, because the market is actually finding a zone right here for which the market can react to it or respect it and make a move. And also the market also broke a a support zone right here. This was a zone the market broke, for which you can expect the market to go and test the previous zone before the market will make a move. And also see another example here. See another example right here. See another example. Oh, my pencil is not allowing me. See another example. The market made an impulsive move, breaking this zone right here. The market made an impulsive move to the downside, breaking this zone right here. And what did the market do? The market decided to retrace all the way to test the previous support zone before making this huge move to the downside. So you can see how effective this the market moves. You can see how effective this market moves. It breaks previous zones, and it will be testing these previous zones as it breaks it. So that's the same concept we are applying here. The market has broken this zone, for which we are expecting the next weekly candle to go all the way to test the previous support zone that got broken right here before you can anticipate another move to the downside. So on the monthly time frame, the market is testing a strong support zone, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. And also on the weekly time frame, the market is also testing a strong demand zone, for which the market can make a push to the upside, and also that's also broken a support zone, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. So let's go on the daily time frame and see what we have on the daily time frame. Yes, so on the daily time frame, we can clearly see that the market also formed a formation here. The market also made a nice movement right here. Last week all this move happened last week. All this bearish move happened last week. Like I was saying, last week there was a strong momentum inside the market, and not only this pairs alone, and I think across board every pair started moving impulsively. And I think this week we are going to have major retracements in the market in this coming week, so we should just stay put. So on a daily time frame, what can we see on the daily time frame? We can actually see this kind of M formation on the daily time frame. We already have a bigger M here, and also we have a minor M here, right here, going all the way down, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside to complete the pattern I've been telling you guys ever since we started. And also we also have a Fibonacci extension right here. Also we also have the market also breaking previous zones, moving almost 100% above the previous zone, for which the market the Fibonacci extension also giving us possible zones which the market might retrace or might reverse to complete the pattern. And as you can clearly see, the market also testing a good Fibonacci extension, that is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension, which give us a confluence. So we have monthly, weekly, daily time frame in one direction, all giving us indication that the market is actually going to make a move to the upside. And when you go on the 4-hour time frame, let's go on 4-hour time frame and see what is happening there, so that we can see what we have. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see a nice inverse head and shoulder pattern forming up right here. After price tested this Fibonacci extension zone, you can clearly see some inverse head and shoulder pattern forming up right here. And if you can see it well, like I was saying earlier on, one of the tricks that I use to see the chart clearly is switching to the line chart, and you can see a nice inverse head and shoulder pattern forming up. I think I drew the inverse head and shoulder pattern for you guys to see how it is. Yes, so you can see a nice inverse head and shoulder pattern, but it hasn't actually completed yet. So what I'm actually deciding on this pair is the same thing as what I discussed on Euro JPY. That's the same thing I discussed. So I'm just waiting patiently for the market to open, and when the market is able to break this previous resistance, there's a clear resistance zone right here. The market is still below, or price is still below this previous resistance. so we can't look forward to make any trading decision or any trading entry on this because it's still in a bearish environment. So we still have to wait for the market to break this zone impulsively, this previous resistance zone impulsively on the rate test of this zone, on the rate test of this zone, that is when we will look to make an entry on this pair. So it's actually looking good. I think these are the setups that are actually making sense to me this weekend. But I know when the market open, I'll go over the market again. I'll go over almost all the pairs again and look at the other trading opportunities that we have. And I'm definitely going to post all the setups I'm anticipating. I think probably tomorrow morning or early tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening, I'll post some screenshots of the markets or the pairs I'll be looking forward to trade, because like I was saying when we started earlier on, that you might have a very good setup looking very good and nicely that you are looking to trade. Like this setup I just discussed with you guys, you can see this nice setup here that you are willing to trade, but when the market opens, it will just do something else. To just pretend as if it wasn't actually like this. So everything will just change, from how we are seeing it. The whole thing will just change. So it's always advisable that when you're having any setup that you are looking at, when the market opens, this evening or early Monday tomorrow morning, you just go over the whole thing again and make sure that the setup that you are looking, everything is confirmed before you can actually decide to take a trade on it and all that. So that is the thought process behind CHF the Swiss francs Japanese yen. That is the thought process behind it, and I think those are the major setups that I'm actually looking at ahead of the week to trade. And if it presents itself, I'm not going to hesitate at all, because I've already forecasted ahead, I've already prepared ahead of this pair. So if it presents itself like I'm anticipating, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm just going to jump in and see how price is going to behave, going according to good risk management. I'm going to see how price is going to behave. So is anyone having any question? I think that is my last pair I would like us to talk about. I think time is already far gone. I have to focus on other stuffs too. So if anyone is having any question on the pairs or any general question concerning forex trading, because some of you were saying you are beginners also so if anyone is having any general question concerning forex trading, just go ahead and ask, and let me just use this few minutes. I think the market will just open in some few minutes time. So if anyone is having any question concerning forex trading or even the pairs that we discuss ahead of the week, just type it at the session, or you can just unmute yourself and ask, so I can just answer you before we end the session. Edmond, are you having any question? Yeah, Edmond.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the election,
The US election, yeah.
I wanted to ask, will it affect all the pairs?
No.
How long?
No, it's not going to affect all the pairs. It's going to affect the USD pairs. So any USD pair that I would like to advise that we minimize our risks as much as possible this week, because the US election can shut across Europe. So yeah, I think that is the same thing Joe Sam is also saying. I think you can go at the chat session and you can read what Joe Sam is saying. The US election is really going to affect the financial markets, especially the US related pairs. It's really going to affect it. And you were saying for how long? It's going to take as long as the US, Oh, okay. So, okay, let me just finish answering Edmond's question before I can come to Clement's question. So, the US election is going to, it's going to take as long as the US election is going on. So I think if the US election is not over, definitely if you are looking forward to trade any USD pair, you have to be very, very careful, because even Trump's tweets alone can affect the market and all that, can even create liquidity here and there. So you just have to, be very, very cautious. And also, like Joe was saying, he was advise everyone to minimize your risks as much as possible this week, because the US election, I have so many friends who won't even trade this week because of the US election. They won't trade at all because the US election can actually, affect the markets in so many ways. So if you're looking to trade this week, just stay put, be mindful of how you are going to trade, because the US election is really going to affect the USD pairs, especially the USD pairs, like we were saying, rich pairs, the USD pairs. So like the USD JPY, all the USD related pairs is going to affect it. So you just have to stay put to it. Then Clement Amo is also asking that, kindly explain stop loss, take profit. So I think stop loss and take profit, they are all basic concept. Stop loss is when, or a particular place that you are anticipating that if price doesn't go like you are anticipating, you should be taking out. And stop loss is where you are looking to take profit. That is if price is able to go in a direction where you are looking to take profit. So let me just use the chart here to explain to you so you understand what I mean by the as I'm so right now we are anticipating that, like I was saying earlier, we are anticipating that, or we are waiting for price to break above this zone. And when it break above, we will be taking our entry on the retest of this session, and we'll be taking our profits at this zone. So our stop loss, let me just use this as let me just use this as an example right here. So this red section indicates our stop loss, and this green section indicates our take profit levels. So this zone right here, right now where I have my zone, let me see, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. Climate, I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. This zone right here, this zone where I've put in this zone, this is, please, how do you use structure to determine the trend of the market? Okay, and the button, I'll get to you very soon. So this zone where I've put in this zone right here, this is where I'm indicating, this is my stop loss. This is where I've put in my stop loss, or I'm indicating that when price gets to this level, I should be taking out. So stop loss is a place that you have put in your stop loss. Stop loss is a place that you have put in, or you have indicated that when price gets to that level, it should take you out. That is, if price doesn't go your direction that you're anticipating, you put a stop loss at a place where you think that if price doesn't go your direction, you should be taken out. So in this scenario right here, I'll put my stop loss at this zone, that if price doesn't go up, right now I'm anticipating that price should be bullish. That this coming week I'm anticipating CHFJ price to be bullish. Right now, if I put if price trigger me into the trade and price doesn't go my direction, I'm anticipating that if price get to this level where I've put in this line right here, I'm anticipating that if price get to this level, the market should automatically do what? Take me out of the trade, because I'm no more interested in the trade anymore, and I'm also looking forward to preserve my capital. So that is the stop loss. It's self-explanatory. To stop your loss where you don't want to take enough loss, you should just stop your loss there. And the take profit is where you are indicating to take profit. And in this scenario, this is where I'll be looking forward to take my profit. So this level right here, I've indicated this level right here. This is where when the market gets to this level, that is if price is able to go my direction like I'm anticipating. If price gets to this level, price will just take me out of the trade. I'll just take my profits from this level, and I'm cool. So basically, that is the explanation I can give on stop loss and take profit. Stop loss is where you want the market to take you out of the trade if the trade doesn't go your direction, and take profit is where you are willing to take your profit. That is if the price go into your direction, where you are willing to take your profit. So that is I think the difference between stop loss and take profit. And also I think Andy Boateng is also asking, how do you use structure to determine trend of the market? So if you were actually looking at how I was using the top-down analysis and the structures to determine the trend of the market, let me just go on the monthly time frame and show you something there real quick so you get to understand the market structures. Let me go. My network is quite slow. Please, if you have any questions, just keep on typing them so that when I see it, I will just be answering them one after the other. Let me just go back. Oh, please, Clement, Amor, please, did you get an explanation that I gave on the stop loss and take profit?
Yeah. I'm very happy with the explanation. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, boss. You're welcome, boss. So, the market structures that are used for to determine the trend of the market. So, currently, like I was saying, that we use the previous zones to determine, or you look at where price is currently at to determine the trend of the market. And like I was saying, this particular example, the market broke this zone impulsively. Where was the zone? This was the zone. The market formed a previous resistance right here. The market broke this zone impulsively, and the market is currently testing this zone right here. So in order for you to know the direction or the trend the market is going to go, you first have to determine where price is currently. So where is price at currently? Price is currently testing a strong resistance zone. So if you want to determine where the next trend is going to be, it's going to show you that, oh, okay, right now price is currently testing a strong support or a strong resistance zone. So right now you can anticipate the next move that, oh, okay, so I think the next trend is going to be a bullish or a bearish trend due to where price is at currently. So for you to use market structure to determine where price is going or where the trend is going to move, you first have to see where price is. So like this example that I was giving on CHFJPY. Right now you want to use market structure to determine the trend. So the first question we have to ask ourselves is, where is price currently? Where is price currently? Now we can see that price is currently testing a strong resistance zone right here. You can see that price is testing a strong resistance zone right here, for which you can anticipate a next move. And like I was saying, the market also moves in swings. So if the market comes to determine that is basically the market structure. That is how the market moves. So if the market is now testing a strong resistance zone, we have been able to determine where the market is right here. So right now we know the market is now testing a strong resistance zone, for which you can anticipate a move to the upside. And that is the same example, or that is the same market structure we are having here. You know the market is currently testing a strong resistance zone, for which you might anticipate a move to the upside. So that is how I use the market structure to determine the trend of the market. I look at where price is testing. Is price testing a strong support zone or a strong resistance zone, or have price broken a previous support zone or a previous resistance zone, or is price currently moving to test a strong support zone, or it's now moving to test a strong resistance zone. So we use this kind of zones. Okay, I think, wow, some people are now coming in. So you first have to be able to determine where price is and where price is going before you be able to determine where price or where the major trend is going to be. So if price has broken a strong resistance zone or a strong structure zone, you will be able to know when and where price will be going at that moment. I think Andy Boateng, am I really clear? If you're not clear after this session, just test me. I will send you a book on support and resistance, or supply and demand, which will actually help you for you to understand the market structures very well. So did you get the point I was trying to say, Andy Boateng? Yeah, so if you still need more explanation after this section, just DM me on Telegram and I'll send you a book that will take you through the support and resistance, and also the supply and demand, but so that you get to know, you understand the market structures very well. All right. So I think Obey Mike, you're welcome. So is anyone having is anyone having any questions considering forex trading? And I think we don't have any questions again on the market and the market analysis. So if there's no question, or if there's no contribution or anything of that sort, I think we will call it a day, because I think you have already spent like 2 hours on this session. I think we started around 7 and I think 1 hour or so. So we started around 7 and it's now 8 something. So it's almost going to 2 hours, and I think it has been an interesting live session so far. So if there is no question anymore, I think we'll call it a day, and I'm definitely going to update you guys during the week on how the pairs that we discuss, how they are going, and when they are available for a trade. I will definitely post the setup in the group for those who took part in the live session to see what I was speaking about, and how price actually formed up, and how we're looking forward to make an entry in the market. So thank you very much for joining this weekly market analysis, and it's going to be it's something that I intend doing every Sunday. I intend doing weekly market analysis with the traders chat room community, so that when everyone joins, it won't just be a community where we just, please can you have a tutorial for the new ones, the broker we should use. Oh, okay, serious man, I think this tutorial talking about is actually on the way. Like I was saying earlier on, there's a course that I'm actually working on, and it will just come out very soon for the newbies. And the broker that you're also asking about, I think broker, it varies. Dave, what do you mean by Kim, please? Are you trying to second what a serious man was saying about the broker or tutorial? So serious man, like you were saying, I think for broker we should use, I will recommend IC markets for anyone. If I'm trying to be 100% sincere to you, I'll recommend IC market to you. Other people, I can see most of you guys are also moving to XNS. XNS is also a very good broker, and it also gives you the opportunity for you to trade in Ghana cedis. I think that is the only broker I know I know that they allow you to trade in Ghana cedis, which is a very good news. But there's some kind of manipulations that actually goes on around 9 to 11. There's serious manipulations, like their spread really gets crazy, and if you have a trade running at that time, it can really affect your trading on that. So that is why I don't really recommend XNS for everyone. But apart from the manipulations and all that, I think it's a very good broker. So I think that is the broker I recommend. And about the course for the new ones too, in no time I think it will roll out very soon for everyone to just take part in the course that I'm bringing out. It's going to be very effective course that will help the newbies to start from the basics to the strategy that I'm currently trading with. So if you're interested in the strategy I'm trading with, please just stay put. Okay, if you have any questions, to just DM me and ask me, and in no time, very soon, within this month, definitely I will just launch the course out, so that everyone who is willing to trade with the strategy that I'm using, who can also get to take part of the course, and also gain a lot of clarity in the market too as well. How do you analyze too and anything? Please can you send me the link of your broker? Okay, serious man. Okay, so after this session, just send me a DM and I'll send you the link to the broker that I currently use, so that you can also register with that broker very soon. So Techi Ebenezer, I think you are actually late, but no worries. I actually recorded this video down, so I'll post it on my YouTube channel, or I'll post it in the group. Considering the size of the length of the video, I will post it on my YouTube page. So after this, after we end the session, you can definitely check up on my YouTube video. Probably tomorrow early morning, I'll just try and edit it tonight, and tomorrow early morning you can check it out and see what we discussed about, and the vital points we spoke about during the session, so you can also get to learn a thing or two from it too. So guys, if there is no question anymore, I think we'll call it a day, and thank you very much for joining the session. Next week by this time too, we are definitely going to have a live session, so don't worry at all. Every Sunday we are going to have a weekly market analysis like this, that is really going to help you guys to get some insights in the market, and also if you're a beginner to get to understand some few stuffs as you as you have also started to learn. So I think thank you very much for joining very soon, and I'll be leaving the room very soon. Yeah.